Warren. Look at this piece. Brady's from Coppell High School. He wears a beautiful bow tie. And Brady's piece is called Comfort Zone. He used colored markers to create a beautiful piece of art. And when I look at this, and I looked a little closer, and it said they were like Jell-O cups. I guess my first thing, Brady, is, as I've asked all the other artists, I guess, who inspired you to do this with Jell-O cups? And I mean, what was that inspiration?
Well, first and foremost, I think I've sort of followed a trend as I've grown up and developed my skills and interests as an artist that a lot of other artists, especially my age with the other young masters, do. I feel like they start as they get more developed to be able to see more and experience the society in which they live and be able to pick out the flaws and the things that interest them. So with this piece, what I saw around me, and especially with people my age and at my school, was that people oftentimes hide themselves behind their comfort zones, which is one of the most important flaws in our society, in my opinion. And this piece really deals with the duality of opaque and at the same time transparent personalities and identities. So the Jell-O cups in this sense represent their comfort zones and how they are hiding themselves, or some people hide themselves in their comfort zones and kind of disallow other people from getting in or seeing them as transparent, seeing them as for who they are, and how it leads to a disjointed and a dysfunctional society.
So were you inspired by people in your high school and what you're seeing around you, or tell me about that?
More or less just trends that I've seen and people my age and just society in general.
I got to tell you, it's one of the most beautiful pieces. I mean, again, I know nothing about art, but I love beautiful pieces. I think that when I see it, and I don't know about anybody else, but I see the person in the middle and I see pain or maybe loneliness. Is this supposed to give us all the same kind of feeling, or what, I know that it's an individual opinion for each, but what was that key feeling that you wanted to send out?
The feeling that I wanted people to get from this when they saw it was really multifaceted. I feel art can be interpreted by anyone who sees it differently each time, and I think that's what's special about art, and that's really what I realized, especially after having this piece selected to be in the Dallas Museum, that people really see it as it applies to them or as it applies to people they know. So what I feel people would get out of this is not always the same. I feel like some people can see themselves in the piece relating to one of the three figures, or some people might see a family member or a friend, or they might look at all three of the figures at once and see society as a whole.
Mm-hmm. Why did you decide to use colored markers? I mean, this is the first one with colored markers. Mm-hmm. Why?
The original inspiration for choosing colored markers was really out of my need for a quick medium, because usually I spend way too much time focusing on art and not on my other classes, so my teacher recommended
He's honest.
She recommended a quick medium to get a lot of color and at the same time accuracy if you were diligent enough on the paper, and I really, right now, it's my favorite medium already. I made a couple pieces with the markers.
When you were putting this together, and as you were coloring it and having your vision, did you have a wow moment, an aha moment where you thought, okay, now this is, I mean, it's really grasping what I want to send out there?
I think I've had two aha moments actually with this piece. One came during the actual creation, in which I found that this was really my first piece where I expressed an idea that I feel other people need to hear about, something that I feel needs to be spoken regarding. And second aha moment, I think, definitely came after I had gotten word and come to the award ceremony, and that other people were actually going to see it, and that I kind of, this little light turned on in my head that it would be an actual opportunity for people to see it and interpret it in their own way.
It's in the museum?
Yep.
Beautiful. Do you plan to also become an artist after you graduate from high school? What's your plan?
Definitely. Right now I'm looking at a bunch of strictly art-based colleges, and it's not as important to me where or the caliber of the school, but more important than that is just the atmosphere that my future holds. I really want to be just exposed to just a society of creators and people who just express themselves and tackle societal issues or personal issues. I feel like that's where I belong. So yeah, I'm planning right now to go to Rocky Mountain College of Art and Design.
Excellent. And how long have you been an artist?
I think when I first deemed myself an artist, probably 6th grade, so about 5 years or 6 years now. But I've always been an avid drawer and painter and cartoon artist, things like that, especially in my younger elementary school years.
Beautiful work. Thank you for sharing your story.